Principal. AP.
So good morning, Bakersfield, Kern County. How is everyone doing today? We did a story about our unemployment rate and ways to kind of fix the craziness that happens with our unemployment. So during like the summer, fall months when our agriculture season is really booming, that's when we see our lowest unemployment. This last September, October, November, we saw a 12-year low in our unemployments, which is awesome. However, when you get into January, February, March, those are 3 months where we see our highest unemployment. And this year we saw unemployment jump up almost 3%. So to try to counteract that, that's where the county is trying to find other ways to get more stability in those seasonal jobs so that those people who aren't working during those 3 months can move into a career where they're working all 12 months instead of just 9. And so that's what brings us here. We're at the Bakersfield Adult School. We have Assistant Principal Chad Provençal. Good morning.
Good morning.
So if you have any questions about we're going to be talking about the Bakersfield Adult School. If you have any questions about how to enroll here, what courses they offer, any of those things, comment below. If you end up watching this later and we've gone off the live, I'll try to answer any of the questions. If you have any questions that I can't answer, I'll pass them off to Chad. He has all the answers.
No.
Not an April Fool's joke. All right, so we're here. We'll talk a little bit about the Bakersfield Adult School. What do you need to do in order to be here? Is this just 18 and up, or can anyone really enroll here?
Yeah, I mean we're an adult school, so it'll mainly be 18 and up. In certain instances, we have taken students that aren't 18 that don't necessarily fit in with our comprehensive school sites. It seems like anymore, there's a ton of options for high school students. We have our Kern Learn program through Kern High School District, so a lot of them are captured, the younger students there. But once they become adults, often they end up here. And we offer, as I said in your piece this morning, we offer GED or HiSET, which GED is, it's a high school equivalency exam, and then the HiSET exam is, because the GED is basically just a brand name. And so you also have the HiSET, which is also a high school equivalency exam. We offer preparation for both of those, and we also offer the test itself. And then we offer high school diploma for people that didn't obtain their high school diploma, in their what would be considered their high school years. We offer ESL programs, English as a second language, for as you mentioned, like for people that might do seasonal type of work and maybe their language skills aren't quite up to where they're getting jobs that would last, like a full 12 months, or, maybe they're underemployed a little bit, mainly because of the language barrier, which I think in Kern County, though, that is a problem, but I think there's also probably opportunities, even, if you do predominantly speak Spanish, to, still increase your wage and your skill set, just because, Spanish, is such a predominant language here in Kern County.
So for all of those just jumping on, we're talking about the unemployment rate and how we can try to get more people to be working a stable career as opposed to just seasonal jobs that might be 9 months out of the year. So we're trying to see if we can, Bakersfield and Kern County is trying to get those people into jobs that are all year round. So they don't have to worry about those times off, because January, February, March are those slower months for our agricultural season. So if you have any questions, again, comment below. We're watching. If you're on my 23 ABC Facebook page, I'm watching here. I also have the 23 ABC Facebook page up. So if you have any questions there, I'm also looking there. We got them all covered. All right, so first off, let's give a quick location. We're right off of the 58 and Mount Vernon, right?
Yes, we are. We are at 501 South Mount Vernon Avenue, and we're co-located here on this property with the Regional Occupational Center, which is career technical education for the Kern High School District, and then the other part is us, the adult schools. So there's several entrances for the adult school. You would come down South Mount Vernon, just south of the 58 freeway, and you would get off on Gate 2 or Road 2, and then you would just come into our front office and we could start directing you from there.
So there's a quick way to apply. So since we're going to talk about applying and trying to get enrolled, for some people who are not working and they might not have that steady cash flow coming in, what can they do in order to pay for this, and how much does it cost, especially compared to, say, Bakersfield College or CSUB?
Okay, well, all our programs here are free. Some of our business programs, there is a nominal fee, maybe $5, $10, $20, something like that, just to cover some of the expenses that might be accrued in that class. But like all our ESL classes, GED prep, you would have to pay for the GED itself. We don't pay for that. And our high school diploma, some of our career technical education classes, there's also a nominal fee. If you start getting into some of our, we also offer medical training at our F Street location. And that could get up into some more significant costs. I think our most expensive program right now throughout the entire Bakersfield Adult School is $6,000, which is our LVN, our vocational nurse. Which if you look at what the market's demanding for those classes, we're still by far the cheapest, or least expensive, let's say, of that.
Most affordable.
Yes.
Other words. All right, so. To qualify for that, you guys are also partnered with the America's Job Center, right? And how does that work?
Absolutely. The American Job Center receives grant funds from the state and federal government, and the students would need to start or they could start here really, and we could refer them to the American Job Center, and they would fill out paperwork there and see what what they would qualify for in terms of some type of subsidy for their education. For example, we might have, a student coming here, we'll send them, let's say they're interested in nursing. We would send them to the American Job Center. They would see if they could qualify. They would see if they could get into our nursing programs, when we're enrolling for those programs. And then they would potentially the American Job Center could pay for that program. So if you're somebody out there and you're thinking like, there's no way I could pay even $6,000, or I couldn't get the loan, I couldn't do anything. Going through the America's Job Center, it's a viable option for a lot of people, and we have a lot of students that do that, and they're able to take the LVN program, and through grants they're able to get it funded 100%.
So let's talk a little bit about some other courses. Again, going back to agriculture, because that's more or less what started this. Training people to come in here, why is it important to train them, give them the skills to then go over to, say, transportation and warehousing or education fields? Because those are two of our fields that the Kern Economic Development Office said are really growing here and need jobs in Kern County.
Well, we also offer a warehousing program. Our instructor, Mike Russo, offers that program, and that's through what's called the CRD, Career Resource Department, and they partner closely with the American Job Center. It gets kind of confusing here because the Bakersfield Adult School has a lot of different tentacles out in our community, and our F Street location is one of those, and within that F Street location is the Career Resource Department, and again, they would refer students to this warehousing class where Mr. Russo would teach them the skills necessary for in the warehousing field. And you mentioned like with the seasonal work, a lot of our seasonal type of employees that are working in agricultural type of work, a lot of times there is the language barrier, so we would get a lot of those students here trying to learn English to increase their employability. But that's not always the case either. So a lot of times in our ESL classes, we not just from our immediate borders, with Mexico, but we get students from all over the world really. And some of them might be doctors, lawyers in their home country. So they're coming here just to get the language. And then, they've already got higher degrees, so they're going to try to, parlay that into a career here in the United States. But definitely the students, a lot of our ESL students are coming here just to get the language so they could, perhaps make a better living for their family.
So again, if you have any questions, comment below. We'll either answer them now, or if you ask them after this is done recording, I'll try to answer them a little bit later. Let's see, what else do we got? All right, so to make sure that no one is confused, the best place to go if you're interested in getting any program is here first, and then go off to those tentacles.
It is, or you could stop it at our F Street location. You could stop in
F Street and...
the exact address right now is escaping me. It's by Rosemary's Ice Cream. So you could stop in there and then go get an ice cream afterwards. And then we also have a location at Panama Lane, which is the anchor store in that location is Vallarta Market. And you could also go in there, and it's called the Job Spot off Panama Lane, and they would be able to do the same things that we do here. So we're trying to make it more convenient location-wise, because of a lot of our students, they don't have reliable transportation. So a lot of times they do have to take the bus to come here or to get the Job Spot. We always try to locate in areas where there are bus drop-offs. And at the Job Spot, there's a bus drop-off, and at F Street, literally right in front of the school, there's a bus drop-off, and right here we have a bus drop-off. And any three of those locations could give you any of the information you would need to move on. And then also at the America's Job Center, there's also a bus drop-off right in front of their building as well. And any of those locations can give you the information you would need. But there's, a lot of times we talk to students like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize this existed, these opportunities. Even if you wouldn't know exactly what you wanted to do, but you feel like you're underemployed, the American Job Center is a great place to start. But also here at the Bakersfield Adult School, you'd be surprised on what we would offer, and a lot of times it's at no cost.
Looking ahead towards the future, as far as GED testing, how often do you guys do that, and when's the next one?
The next GE test is May 9th and 10th. Oh, we also have a couple April testing dates, April 9th, 10th, and 11th, from 5 to 8 p.m. And then again on April 25th and 26th, there's also some GED testing then. On the dates I gave you from the 9th, 10th, and 11th, those would be evening testing dates for people that are working in the daytime. And you don't have to take our prep classes in order to take advantage of these testing dates. You might be somebody that doesn't feel like you need, or maybe you took a prep course somewhere else. We're a testing site, so provided you do your paperwork and pay the fee to take the test, you could take it here at the Bakersfield Adult School. So
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
He's a good person for that, right?
Yes.
He didn't graduate high school, right?
I'm not sure.
Didn't Lincoln stop at 8th grade, and then he was self-educated afterwards?
I'm not sure.
So if you're like that...
I'm not sure. It's embarrassing, too, because I'm a history teacher, but I've never heard that story.
I think he was like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to a conference a while back, and one of the state assemblymen out of the Sacramento area, he was actually he has a great story. He was an adult school graduate, kind of like messed up a little bit, and then came back a little bit later in life and finished up, and now he's a very successful assemblyman. So, it's never over, and we don't turn students away here at the Bakersfield Adult School. For any reason, really. We don't ask a lot of questions here at the adult school, because a lot of our students that we're getting, not all, but a lot of the students that we're getting here, they have a past, and there's a lot of water under the bridge for a lot of them, and we don't worry about that. What we want to do is make them productive citizens from the time they step in that door, moving forward. And so, if you're thinking, maybe you have a felony even, or maybe, who knows what the case may be, maybe you're new to this country, whatever the case may be, the Bakersfield Adult School could be a place for you, because we're not concerned about what's in your past, or anything like that. We want to move things forward for our community.
Also looking forward, you guys have a new student registration coming up?
We do. We just, today, by the time we did this, you would have just missed our fourth quarter assessment window. See, at the Bakersfield Adult School, what you have to do is we have what's called the CASAS test, And that test, we test your, your ability to do basic schoolwork. And based upon what your score is on that test, we will place you in various programs based on what you need. If you don't test high enough, we won't throw you directly into a high school diploma class. For example, we would put you into a adult basic education class so you could develop the skills so you could succeed there. So that's where you would start. And the next time that we are doing new student registration is on May 20th and May 28th. And we'll be testing Monday through Friday and Monday and Friday, and Tuesday and Friday for a new student for summer school. We're at the point now where we're in our fourth quarter here right now, and in our ESL classes, they're open enrollment. So if you are looking to take ESL classes, you could come out here and we could get you in a class still. But for our classes that have more of a stringent timeline, it's because they're not like open entrance and open exit, like ESL would be considered open entrance and open exit based upon where you're at, what do you want to do. But like our high school diploma classes and a lot of our CTE classes are more, you have to be enrolled by a certain date and you follow the course through for a quarter or a semester or a year, whatever the case may be. So you would have to, if you're wanting to get into one of those programs that's not open enrollment or open and closed policy where you could just come and go, our next registration is on May 20th and 28th.
So that gives you about a month to really think about what do you need to do. Are you underemployed, or do you just want a better career? All those things are more or less what's happening here, and that's what Kern County and Bakersfield is trying to do and assess. Because, like I said, there's that big jump, especially between the end of summer and the beginning of the wintertime into the first part of the year, because like I said, we had about a 3% unemployment jump from about 6.5 to 9.3 just in a couple of months after going a 12-year record low. That was good. It was, for unemployment.
It's interesting. We have kind of an adverse effect or relationship with the economy here at the Bakersfield Adult School, because when employment's low, our numbers tend to be lower. And funding might tend to be lower because people are working. When employment's really high, the economy's not doing as well, so we don't have as much funding, but that's when we have our most students. So it's really interesting, that relationship that we have there. But we always have enough funding to accept students looking to change their lives. And we have a great staff here too, that's their mission and that's their goal.
All right, so to kind of wrap up, we're here over at the Bakersfield Adult School. If you have any questions, throw them below. Odds are I'll probably have to get to them a little bit later on, unless you throw them in now. The whole purpose, try to get people more out of that seasonal 9 months out of the year trend and more into a 12 months of the year trend. And here at the Bakersfield Adult School, they're here willing to help you, get you retrained, find a career that either can help you pay more or be more stable. Either way, the whole point is to be more successful here in Kern County, because the more successful we all are here, the better the county does, and the better our lives are as a collective group. So, again, if you want to meet Chad, he's over here off of the Mount Vernon location. We do have a quick question on, do you have any clerical training?
Yes, we do. We have what's called our SOD program, Simulated Office Development. And for the SOD program, that is also a open enrollment class. So if you're looking to get in a SOD program or a clerical type of training, come out and see us today.
So there you go. All right. If you're around today, Robert, so is Chad. Any other questions, throw them below. I'll try to pass them on, either the chat or answer them myself. I'll also have my story posted from earlier about our unemployment and how the county's trying to fix the crazy swings during the slow months. Anything else before we run away?
No, just, like I said before, come out and see us. Particularly some of our medical programs, LVNs, MAs, NAs, medical front office. all of the research that's been done has shown here in our area, but also just state and nationwide, that these medical positions through the year 2030, there's going to be work there, and they're well-paying jobs, particularly the LVN. The higher up you get, and then if you could bridge to BC from our LVN program to an RN program, that could be life-changing for a family. And maybe just learning English might be life-changing. So come out and see us. We're here to help. That's our mission. You're not going to be asked uncomfortable questions. You're just going to be asked, how can we help you?
All right, so one other quick question. I'm not sure if this is the best places to send them to you, or there's the IBEW 428. They're asking about electrical training. Should we send them here with you or over to the union? Because I know the union does free training. They have a program, an apprenticeship, where if you go through that, I did a whole thing. I'll put the link on a little bit later. They do that program where after 4 years you could be making in the neighborhood of like $80,000 a year. So
I think that's a great recommendation. A lot of times with, if you're talking to becoming an electrician, that would be the best place to start with the union, because a lot of those are union jobs. What we do offer here through our CTE program is a network and cabling class, which isn't an electrician, but it's more of an entry-level position along those same lines, and we offer that at Liberty High School. And again, that'll be offered this summer. The class is currently going, so you wouldn't be enrolling that immediately, but you could come to our May 20th new student registration, and we could get you signed up for that network and cabling. Or like you said, the question sounds more like specifically with electricians. You would need to get involved with the union for that.
The unions are good guys. They're good guys here. The other thing that we didn't really mention, that I wanted to mention before we ran away, was you guys have the Culinary School. So if you think you're a good cook and you want to be a better cook and either start off with like food trucks, you guys have, what is it, 1600?
Cafe 1600, which is located at East Bell Terrace, 1600, where we're co-located in the same building with the America Job Center. And we do, something interesting, that question that came up about the electricians. For any electricians that are out there, my understanding is to be part of the union, you have to take a higher level math course, an algebra-like course. We offer that here, and a lot of times we'll get guys that are coming that want to be part of the union, and they're electricians, they want to get into that. They're doing an electrician's work, but they have to take this math class to secure what they want. We offer that here, so and again, it's free. So if any electricians are out there, remember that as well. A lot of companies will send their guys over here to get qualified.
Good ad. All right, I think that's about it. Like I said, I'm gonna post the full story and with links on the Facebook page a little bit later on. Any last thoughts, questions before we go?
No, please come out and see us. We're looking, to like everybody is, we're looking to try to help make people's lives better and make a better life for your family, and hopefully make Kern County a better place to live.
And the Bakersfield Adult School website is?
The best thing I would say is just to Google Bakersfield Adult School. That way you want to remember a specific website name or all that. That's what I always do when I have to look at something up. Google Bakersfield Adult School. It'll take you to all our various locations from our website. Same thing with America Job Center. You could type in AJCC or America's Job Center, and you're off and running.
All right, so we'll see you guys a little bit later. Thanks for the questions. Again, if you're seeing this late, I'll try to get to any of your questions. Want to get back to my computer. I'll see you later.